on, holy schmoly, lettuce and spinach and more spinach, and I think lettuce, and who knows what that stuff is, but I'm putting it in my salads. And I mean, just really looking good. And look at we did the Three Sisters over here with the corn and the beans and the squash, and I mean, it is taking off. You see all the flowers on the tomatoes starting to look pretty good. I need to put cages on it or something. Plenty of beans. Just, I think these are potatoes maybe in here, plus basil and I forget what that stuff is now. Borage. That's right, the borage with the purple flowers. And those are all beans there. Look at all those flowers. I mean, just stuff is taking off.
So I did this yesterday. I noticed when I came out after all the rain this week, first I was getting really big puddles out there in the corral. And of course, water is this beautiful brown, which is nothing but nutrients running off my manure pile. And of course, so this is all for the most part, the manure that comes out of the horse stalls and the baby cow stall that I clean, because, you know, they come in at night, keep them out of trouble. You know, we put them back out in the morning, but I still have all this poo. And so, you know, I've just been customarily throwing it in piles, and we let it sit for a year, and then we throw it in the garden. But, you know, got me to thinking, one of the problems that we have in this area because of all the rain we get is our soils tend to be really selenium deficient, to the point that we have to supplement the horse and the donkey. Usually we do that with a selenium mineral salt block, and if it gets real extreme, sometimes the vet has to give them selenium injections. And so I, of course, give everybody just the selenium salts, and then they get we'll call it a free feed mineral. And so that's extra selenium that's going into the poop. And hey, that can help amend our soil with additional selenium. But the problem is if it all leaches out in the water, that's not going to do our veggie garden any good.
Sure.
So I was looking at all of our stacks of pallets out there for all these various projects that I'm gonna do eventually. And it made me think of one of the videos that Justin Rhodes did, where, and I don't remember how he did. I just remember he used pallets to kind of keep.
And you just put a tarp on the top.
Yeah, and then he just put a tarp on the top so that you don't. I mean, yes, you need the compost pile to be wet to break down,
but not all the time.
Not 6 inches of rain in
a week,
10 days.
Yeah.
So I did this yesterday, got it up, and the problem that I'm at now is, oh yeah, I've got my compost pile, but now how am I, you know, I had to put that last pallet up, so now I can't get my wool up, so now I'm throwing it up, and that's only going to last for a day or two, and I'm going to get real tired of it. So I'm going to have to come up with a ramp to roll up in, but it's got to be wide enough that I don't slip off of it and end up in the compost pile, which probably is going to...
That would have to be an outside shower day.
Yeah.
It's January right now, so.
We're in the first of the year, we're in January, and we have some really pretty pictures of this from last year when I did my first honest attempt at companion planting. But as you can see right now, it's pretty much a disaster because it's been neglected for many months. I just kind of let it go foul. I actually still have some celery going in here, although it's looking a little burned from all the cold weather. Still have rose celery. I still have some parsley peeking through in all this mess.
Well, and one thing we should mention, although we didn't do it fully, but you want green growing plants in your garden all year. You do not want to tarp it or anything like that or till it up and just leave bare soil, because that is the worst thing you can do.
Yeah, so I just kind of left a lot of this. This was Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts never sprouted. And it actually looks like there might be some little babies popping up now. I don't remember how long it was supposed to take for them to mature, but the Brussels sprouts never really formed. And of course the kohlrabi went crazy, and I just kind of left it. I ate some of it, but I made the garden so big there was just so much food.
Yeah, there was so much food. And so we've got about 1,200 square feet, I believe, of garden here.
Yeah, they're all 14 foot by 16 foot beds. I did them. Oh look, I saw some onions in here. I forgot. They're probably all mushy. I might try and pull this and dry them. And parsnips that got forgotten about. Yeah, I only harvested this bed, so I was trying to leave some of it to see if it would go seed. And some of it just never seeded. But yeah, I did this all. Still good. Yeah, don't eat that though, okay? Because it's not washed. Yeah, these are leeks and stuff. But I did it based on, I forget the author's name, but it's called Companion Gardens. And she does 16 by 16 beds, but it didn't fit in this weird space.
Would you stop pulling all this stuff off?
You're gonna kill it. Stop it. Yeah, just leave it. So yeah, it's just based on her concepts. I read her book forwards, backwards, sideways, and I really like the idea.
I'm just hiding.
This last year, there was nothing but many different species of veggies in every single bed, flowers in every bed, or herbs. But this is what I'm dealing with now. You see this big old hump of dirt? See this? So we've got some ground animals. In fact, you can see the hole right here. We've got some ground animals that are just tearing up this garden. They've just decimated my tomato bed.
This was flat.
Yeah, this was well. I mean, it wasn't flat, but it was
flattish. And that's not.
So they really liked, with all this hard clay we have around here. They really liked having these raised beds. And I know one of it's squirrel, but I found out the hard way earlier in the year because I'd walk across the beds and I almost twisted my ankle going down to about here through my bed because I hit one of their tunnels. So as much as I don't like it, and I probably won't be able to do, I'm going to focus on doing 2 beds this year. These two beds which got hit the hardest. And of course the minute that I fix these, the animals are just going to move. But because of the structures that we have around the garden, I can't. A lot of times people will stick wire like 3 feet into the ground all the way to the garden. But the reason why the garden was put here is because we had this weird space that we couldn't use. And I thought, hey, let's put a veggie garden here. We already had the fencing from the corral that was pre-existing. And then we had the building. And so I kind of closed off the space. So putting the fencing in the ground is not an option. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to come in here and I'm going to have to shift all the soil, lay wire down, shift it back because they're just,
Sure.
they're just completely obliterating my bed. So what you're going to be seeing me, I'm going to take some videos as I come through here and redo the garden again. There's not much else I can do, but it was my first attempt. Some things were very successful with how bountiful the produce was, how healthy the plants were.
Sure.
All the plants were twice the size that they were, and then just like everything just super produced. You see over here, we still have colored greens going. Of course, they really like the cold weather. But even the mustard, I let the mustard seed and the mustard self-seeded. This is all mustard here. Mustard plants. In fact, I had spilt seeds over my walkway. And so now I got mustard going in the walkway. But all this stuff, these collards, these are just beasts, and they've been eaten by the bugs. So it's not the prettiest for market, but still good enough to eat. And I've got chard that's still going crazy. I haven't done nothing with this garden in months. It just grows.
Well, and that's because of our milder climate, right? We have had some freezing down to about maybe.
Fennel's still growing.
Yeah.
The macate lettuce. That's macate lettuce. It's still a lot of the stuff did die, but a lot of this stuff is not perennial.
Yeah.
The stuff that's perennial came back right away.
Yeah. Or some of the stuff that's annual just already seeded and came back too, like the mustard.
Like I said, celery still going down in here. And of course a lot of this I'm gonna pull out because I'm gonna rotate the beds. But I won't.
We can have to put some underground wire in.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do some underground wire, but I'm probably just gonna do 2 beds.
Small stuff.
Yeah, because of course I'm gonna have to do this all by hand. 1, we don't own a tractor, and 2,
They're not gonna fit in here.
It's not gonna fit in here. So I'm gonna be getting a good. Oh look, we had some self-seeding Swiss chard here. That was just from the wind blowing pollination. So and we've got all sorts of stuff. You know. The oregano's held up okay to the weather,
Now,
but a lot of the stuff.
that other field that we're doing out there, our kind of our second garden, we could maybe put that fence 3 feet down around that. We could put a fence around there, right? Figure out what we want, and then
Yeah, but if you fence it, what about letting the animals go in there and eat and stuff?
you put a gate.
But then you got to set posts. And
Well, yeah. If you want to, you don't want to dig 3 feet down the whole damn way either.
no, but that will be a sizable expense.
Yeah, sure. Well,
In theory, yes. In reality,
Let's get some soup right there.
Oh, you can do some mustard. Yeah, this is all the mustard, the seed that I dropped when I was collecting seed. I had some dropped. And of course, I'm going to have to, oh, it smells good. It actually smells really good.
it's nice fresh mustard.
Yeah. But yeah, I could come out here and, yeah, when you asked me the day, is that mustard? Yes, this is all mustard growing up in here. That's all mustard. But anyhow, so we'll just be seeing over, my guess is going to take me a solid month of hard work to get this garden put back together.
We got our sunflowers, squash level 1, corn level 1, squash level 2, pumpkins, more pumpkins, onions, like some of our flower corn up there. Oh, we got more onions, beans and tomatoes, and we still got a ton of stuff to harvest yet. Oh, more squashes. This is what I
Here
needed.
are the beans that we've shelled.
Here's the beans. We're starting to get it. Oh, I think that's the amaranth.
Amaranth.
Yeah. We've got some barley we need to go harvest too. It's coming along.